Hey friends, kamusta kayo? Ayan, I want to make sure na tayo ay live din on Facebook. Attorney Elaine Antonio Bordeaux, Immigration Talk natin today. 10 things to know about K1 visa. Ayan, kahit tapos na ang February, usapang pag-ibig pa rin tayo ngayon. Meron nag-request po sa akin, sabi niya, Attorney, gusto ko uling mag-asawa from the Philippines. US citizen na ako, pwede bang pag-usapan natin yung K1 visa? Yan. So sabi ko naman, yes, magandang topic naman yan. Okay? So paalala ko po, ito ay hindi substitute sa inyong actual consultation with your immigration lawyer. Ako po si Attorney Elaine Antonio Bordeaux. Pag-uusapan natin ngayong immigration topic natin, 10 things to know about K1 fiancé visa. Okay? Ayan. So, check natin ang Facebook natin. And para sigurado na tayo ay live. If you want me to talk about an immigration topic here, mag-text kayo 713-315-7793 or mag-email eb@eborlaw.com. Okay. Ayan po. Sa mga hindi pa nakakakilala, ako po si Attorney Elaine Antonio Bordeaux, been practicing U.S. immigration law, been helping mga immigrants po since 2008. Mayroon kaming 2 offices, one in Broomfield, Colorado, and one in Dallas, Texas. So, if you need an immigration lawyer, mag-text kayo, 713-315-7793. Before we start, nagustuhan ko itong K1 visa topic kasi marami naman po talagang nag-sponsor ng kanilang mga fiancés from the Philippines to the United States. So, kung hindi pa kasal, ang proseso na ginagamit po ay ang K1 visa. So, yan ang pag-usapan natin. But before that, I want to share with you itong YouTube video. Alam nyo ba, napapanood nyo ba itong show na 90 Day Fiancé, di ba? Ako gustong gusto ko to. And, hindi ko pala siya ma-share. Hold on Hold on. Let me just see. Okay. Alright. Naku, sayang. Hindi, kasi bago tong laptop na ginagamit ko. But I was gonna share something. Isang, um, okay, never mind. I was gonna share itong YouTube video on 90 Day Fiancé. Anyway, isa itong paboritong show ko. And what they do sa program is they show the mga couples from the US, tapos mga kanilang fiancé from different parts of the world. Merong from the Philippines, from Thailand, iba't iba. And then, yung kanilang long distance relationship, and then yung kanilang pag-a-apply ng K1 visa, maraming nade-deny, marami ring na-approve, eventually coming to the United States, getting married, and becoming an immigrant. So, bakit ba siya tinawag na 90-day fiancé? Kasi, ang K1 visa, ang 90-day fiancé, ay, i-record ko pa pala to, I'm sorry. Record on cloud. So, kaya siya tinawag na 90-day fiancé dahil ang kondisyon ng K1 visa is within 90 days, kailangan magpakasal sa Amerika or magpakasal sila and hindi nagtatapos doon. Kailangan pang mag-adjust ng status from K1 to green card. yung foreign fiancé. So, ngayong araw pong ito ay pag-uusapan natin ang K1 visa process. So, 10 things to know about K1 visa. Okay? So, yan ang topic natin. Before I start, hello po sa ating mga nanonood sa ating YouTube channel, Attorney E. Immigration Lawyer. From Texas, from California, from Colorado, from different parts of the United States, and from the Philippines. Good morning po. Good day. Good afternoon I'm currently in Dallas. Okay, so 10 important things to know about K1 visa. Yan. Dali po, ha? Okay. Suotin natin ang ating magic na salamin. Alright, 10 bagay na dapat nating malaman about K1 visa. If you're interested in sponsoring your fiancé, if you are a US citizen, or if you have a friend, or if you know someone na gustong mag-sponsor ng kanilang mga fiancé, i-share nyo po itong video ito. Okay? So, number 1, purpose of K1 visa. The K1 visa allows a US citizen to bring their foreign fiancé to the US for the purpose of getting married. So, paano ba ginagamit ang K1 visa? Ginagamit po ito ng US citizen. So, number 1, US citizen po. To bring, dalhin sa Amerika, and ang purpose is getting married. So, kung ang purpose ay hindi getting married, kung parang vacation or magkita lang, hindi niya masasatisfy yung requirement ng K1 visa. So, that's very clear. Second thing to know about the K1 visa. Ito po K1 visa is only for US citizens. So only US citizens can petition for a K1 visa. Green card holders cannot sponsor a K1 fiancé visa. So klaro, citizens lamang, US citizens. So kung hindi ka pa US citizen, hindi ka pa makapag-sponsor ng iyong fiancé. So mag-US citizen ka muna. And meron namang ibang paraan to get yung mahal sa buhay. May ibang process for you if you're not yet a US citizen. Okay? But for K1 visa, only US citizens can sponsor. Number 3, 90-day marriage requirement. Ito, kaya nga sinasabi yung show na 90-day fiancé kasi within 90 days from the date of arrival, kailangan magpakasal kayo. So once the fiancé enters the US on a K1 visa, the couple must marry within 90 days. Ayan. May mga cases ba na hindi natutuloy yung kanilang marriage? Meron. Kasi iba ang long distance relationship, of course, iba yung in-person relationship. So may mga pangyayari na napakaganda ng long distance relationships. Pagdating sa in-person ay nagkakagulo. Next time, i-show ko itong mga videos ng 90-day fiancé and you will see how crazy can it be. Pero po, you have to marry within 90 days and that's what you call a 90-day marriage requirement. Number 4, must have met in person. So number 4 is must have met in person. Dapat nagkita in person. The couple must have met in person at least once within the last 2 years, unless a rare cultural or hardship waiver applies. So ang general rule, dapat po nakita kayo within, at least once within 2 years, ano? And unless merong rare cultural or hardship waiver. Di ba may mga kultura na hindi dapat magkita. Yan. Yun po ang exceptions. But the general rule is that you must see each other at least once in 2 years. Yan, before submitting your K1 visa application. Paano po kung hindi pa nagkita What if you have not seen each other? You have not met in person before the application. Your application is going to get denied, unless you fall into the exception. Okay? Yan. So, dapat magkita, dapat may proof. You must show proofs that you have met in person at least once within the last 2 years. Okay? Now, number 5. Ito po, fifth thing to know about K1 visa. The petition process starts with USCIS. So how do you start the process? So say, okay, you met each other, you've seen each other, everything is good, you still want to continue the relationship, you want to marry each other. What happens next? How do you start the process? So the process begins with the US citizen as the petitioner filing Form I-29F or Petition for Alien Fiancé with USCIS. So the name of the agency is USCIS, and the US petitioner or the US fiancé will initiate the petition. Ayan. Then after submission, you wait for the decision. If USCIS needs more evidence, then USCIS will send a notice to you, to the petitioner, saying, hey, we need more information. We need more evidence. We want to know that this is a legitimate relationship. Okay? So if there's any question, they will send what you call a request for evidence. And then after the decision is made, ayan. Okay? So dalawa lang ang decision, whether it's a yes or a no. If it's a no, it's a denial. Now, if it's a yes, then there's another step. Ito po yung 6. The sixth thing to know about K1 visa. So after the petition is approved by USCIS, it goes to what you call consular interview process. So merong interview. Ayan. After USCIS approves, the foreign fiancé will attend a visa interview at a US embassy or consulate in their home country. Yan. So, before the interview, maraming pang mga dapat isubmit na dokumento. So, there's what you call a non-immigrant visa application, as well as the affidavit of support that the petitioner needs to submit. And then after everything is submitted, ayan, so kailangan po na then magkakaroon ng interview. Okay, so there's what you call yung non-immigrant visa application. Yan ang sinasubmit. Okay, and then magkakaroon po ng interview. But the embassy will notify you, and then so from USCIS, it goes to the National Visa Center. The National Visa Center will give you instructions on what to do to get to the interview. Ayan. Ayoko na kayong guluhin, pero ganun ang proseso. USCIS, then the National Visa Center. From the National Visa Center, you will get instructions, and then after that, your interview will happen. And then that's the time that the visa will be issued. Okay? Now, number 7, proof of genuine relationship. So ito po ang hinahanap. Totoo ba na ang inyong relationship ay tunay? Yan. Totoo ba talaga kayong magpapakasal? Totoo ba talaga kayong fiancé at may intention na magpakasal sa Amerika? Ayan. So, that's the question. So, couples must provide evidence of a real relationship, such as, ano yung mga evidence na yon? Photos together, travel records, lalo na yung nakita kayo, kailangan documented siya. Na talagang nakita kayo, yung mga love messages, mga text messages nyo, yung proof ng inyong engagement, and mga affidavits like from your friends and people na merong personal knowledge sa inyong relationship. So, kailangan po yun. Now, itong proof of genuine relationship, ina-attach nyo ito doon pa lang sa I-29F or yung petition with USCIS. Ayun. Now, sa interview, dadalin mo rin tong lahat ng mga dokumentong ito, no? And especially yung mga civil records nyo, kailangan dadalin yung original. Kung, say for instance, yung US petitioner, meron siyang past marriages, kailangan yung dalhin or ipakita yung proofs ng termination ng marriages na yon. So say for instance, nag-divorce pala yung kanyang unang asawa, yung kanyang pangalawang asawa namatay. So kailangan ng death certificate. Kailangan mong maipakita ang inyong legal capacity to get married. Okay? So if the petitioner had previous marriages, tas hindi mo mapakita ang termination or proof ng termination ng marriage, ay hindi po ito ma-approve. So, number one po yun, kailangan. So, especially in the US, di ba, legal ang divorce, hanapan ng divorce kung merong past marriage ang inyong US fiancé. Okay? Okay, so, everything is good. Nag-appear ka sa interview and sabi sa'yo ng consul, yes, approve. Ayan, approve ka na. So, pwede ka na pumunta sa Amerika. Yan. Everybody's happy. Now, what do you do when you get to the US? Pagdating mo sa US, within 90 days, kailangan yung magpakasal. Kasi yung K-1 visa, ang purpose niya is within 90 days, you have to marry each other. Yun ang sabi mo, di ba, sa embassy, do sa application nyo, magpapakasal kami. So, within 90 days, kailangan mong magpakasal. Okay? Now, after you get married, tapos na ba yun? Green card ka na ba? Hindi pa. So, there's another application that you need to submit. Ito yung tinatawag na Form I-485. Ito yung application that will adjust or change your status from K-1 visa to green card holder. Ayan. Now, in the meantime, pwede kang mag-apply ng work authorization. So, if you wanna work, kasi syempre maraming gastos tong application na to. At you wanna, also help your spouse and you wanna have some money, you can apply for a work authorization. Ayan. So, number 9. Can children come on a K-1 visa or K-2 visa? I'm sorry. Yes. So kung meron kang mga anak, unmarried children below 21 years old, they may go with you using a K-2 visa. Okay? And then, paalala lamang, kapag nag-adjustment ka, so sinama mo na yung mga anak mo, nakarating na yung mga bata dito sa Amerika, at kinasal ka na sa iyong fiancé, huwag mong kalimutan yung mga bata sa iyong adjustment of status. Okay? So they have to also file for adjustment of status at hindi ikaw lamang. Nangyayari ba to? Nangyayari. Minsan nakakalimutan yung mga bata. And then, uh, nagiging problema ng mga bata later on. So if you brought children under the K-2 visa, tapos nag-adjust ka ng status, then they also need to file for adjustment of status. Ayan. And then finally, this is number 10, pero meron akong number 11 na ano dito, 11 thing to know na idadagdag ko. Pero number 10 is yung K-1 visa is a single entry visa. So one time lang siya. The K-1 visa is a single entry only, meaning once the fiancé enters the US, it's an either or. Either magpakasal kayo within 90 days or babalik sa kanyang bansa ang K-1 visa holder. Okay? So it's just one single entry and then the purpose is marrying your US fiancé. Okay, number 11 na question. Pwede ba ang K-1 visa sa same-sex marriage or sa same-sex couples? The answer is yes, kahit nagagaling sa Pilipinas. You know why? Because in the United States, yung same-sex marriage is recognized. So, maraming mga same-sex relationships, merong na nagpo-file ng kanilang sponsorship sa kanilang mga K-1 sa kanilang mga fiancé. And that's okay because it's lawful. Same-sex marriage is recognized in the United States. Ayan. Okay? Yan po ang ating, actually, 11 important things to know about K1 visa. And kung meron kayong katanungan at kung kayo ay and if you are interested in this process, please let us know, 713-315-7793 or mag-email eb@eboardlaw.com. Ako po si Attorney Elaine Antonio Bordo. Until next time, bye-bye.